Hello guys and welcome to Nutritional Justice. Today we're going to talk about a very special topic. I think it touches most of us, most of the people, not me, but we're going to talk about salt consumption, which salt is best for you, if any at all. Okay, first things first. Salt is one thing and sodium is a different thing, sort of. Salt is sodium, yes, absolutely. But and for example, Himalayan salt is sodium with a lot of minerals. You got the sea salt that has some other minerals, and you got the Celtic sea salt, which is the latest marketing invention. And I mean, they have such a good marketing department. Do you need salt? No, you don't need salt unless medically advised for some very specific cases. So leaving those very specific cases where things are not working well in your body, a healthy body lives without salt. But you still need sodium, right? So we said salt and sodium are not the same thing. So you can get sodium from fruits, from vegetables, from legumes, from plant-based foods, basically. I mean, you have walnuts, almonds, you know, and the sodium on these types of foods is organic sodium, so your body easily assimilates it, and it's the food that you're meant to eat. So you can get your sodium through there, and you don't need to add this salt. So I'm gonna go a little deeper on this conclusion. And for example, they say because people really crave salt, and I have a few theories, and maybe it's a little bit of all of them, so I'll share them with you. One is that I think most people is highly dehydrated, and you can be highly dehydrated and be pounding a gallon of water a day. Water is not gonna hydrate you fully. You need to be hydrated at a cellular level, and which foods can do that? Fruits mainly are the best source. Vegetables can also do it to a certain extent. Legumes, I mean, plant-based foods basically can get you some water, but no one can get you water as good as raw fruit. So with that said, I think that being dehydrated and if a food doesn't hydrate you, it dehydrates you. Either makes you or breaks you, right? So if it's dehydrating you, I mean, you're gonna feel dehydrated, and you're gonna feel that you need sodium and electrolytes, you know, to replenish. So you might crave salt because of that. That is one of the possibilities, I think, why people is so addicted to salt, and why are they so addicted to a substance. Hypothesis number 2 is that people eat because it's time to eat. People sometimes eat because they didn't eat in the whole day. And if we look a little back in history, people didn't eat every day. That's something of modern life, and it's not having very good results, is it? It's bringing a lot of disease, and people overeat. So you're not really hungry. So when you're not really hungry, you're gonna add spices, you're gonna add salt, you're gonna add sugar. Why? To get a stimulus, you know, and to make food more appealing. I mean, there's a science that makes food more appealing, that they are called chefs, and they make food more appealing, and you're gonna eat it even if you're not hungry. And salt is used in that practice, and it's used everywhere. I mean, I see it everywhere, you know. And so that's very important to keep in mind. I mean, are you really hungry? Are you eating because you're hungry, or you're eating because it's a habit? I have other videos on fasting. We'll talk about fasting a little bit, but once you fast, an extended fast, you realize that you are not really hungry. And when you're hungry, I mean, you know, you crave certain things and certain foods specifically, you know, and you recuperate your taste buds, because your taste buds are lost on the way and in the way they gave you candy, and in the way they gave you this salty thing, and you know, you start losing contact with your body and with your needs. So it's very important to be aware of this, and then once you quit salt, you will feel, you know, that everything tastes better and much more. But it takes some time, you know, but not much time. So my conclusion is this: they will try to sell you all this stuff. They will try to sell you Himalayan salt, and you're gonna, I mean, maybe you're gonna like it. Maybe you like it and you like adding salt, but in my conclusion, salt is highly toxic for your body unless otherwise prescribed. And also they attach the need of the iodine, you know, and you might be iodine deficient. That's the third part on this theory that I have, why people consume so much salt. And we produce, I mean, you know, have you ever been if you ever been to a mango, you know, place where they grow it, I forgot the word in English, or oranges and things. They produce one batch after the other. The earth doesn't renew its nutrients. So a lot of times we're eating foods that are lacking nutrients, and iodine could be one of those nutrients. So what do, you know, I don't know if it's right to say governments, but whoever controls that, I mean, they put iodine in your salt. So it's very dangerous to supplement the iodine from your diet. You have to know exactly what you're doing. And but on the other hand, they tell you, just in case, take a little, you know, and taking things just in case is very risky, in my opinion, especially with iodine. So if you're not deficient, you shouldn't. So it's a delicate subject, but I want to touch on it because, I mean, they give you iodine salt, so you don't lack iodine. But I mean, again, do you have access to a creek to get natural water to drink, or do you get access to organic fruits where the earth is not so tired and can give you all the nutrition through its fruits? Those are questions, I mean, because we're living like astronauts, you know. So my conclusion is, do whatever you want. But now you know that there's a lot of people that live without salt, and I share my personal experience. I mean, when I quit salt, I started peaking on running that I do, and because I don't, my muscles are not sore anymore, and they used to be sore if I do like a marathon, and I can rest the next day, and then the day after I'm running again. It's not that, but prior to that, I would run half of that distance and everything hurt. So my opinion is to experiment on your own. I mean, you're responsible for your own experiments, but you know, give it a shot. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, maybe you miss it. So that is my conclusion. And also my other conclusion is that if you like this video, give it a like, thumbs up, share it with your family, with your friends, with everybody that eats salt. And well, I'll see you in the next video. Much love. Mwah. Until next time. Subscribe. Also subscribe. Yeah, that.